Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's Monday of course, which means it's decorating day. So I'm just jumping straight into my planner, which seems to be a bit messy at the moment. I'm just going to take this week out. So this week, I'm going to try something a little bit difficult for me. So one of my wonderful subscribers who comments on a lot of my videos, so thank you very much, Saloni, has, and I really hope I pronounced your name right, fingers crossed, has challenged me to do a decoration without using anything from Kikki.k. You have no idea how hard this is going to be, mainly because everything I own is from Kikki.k. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go into my Flow book for paper lovers. This is a really old one, but it is something that I do really like. I have so much from Kikki.k that I tend to forget that it's there and I forget to use it. So I am going to try and use it today. I'm going to use some of these cute sort of stickers and tags and bits and pieces. So we'll see how I go with it. I can't promise you it's going to look good, but I will do my best. We'll see how we go and see if I can make it work. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this particular sheet of paper. Now, technically speaking, this is an envelope. I'm just not going to use it as such. The envelopes are actually almost too big, especially to use in my planner. So I'm not actually going to use it as an envelope. But what I am going to do is I'm going to cut these into strips. And I'm going to run them across the top and the bottom of both pages using some of this washi tape from Kmart. So I will link the washi tape down below. If I can find a link to the Paper Lovers book, I will put it down below as well. But this is the old one. I know I've seen a newer one in newsagents since I bought this one. So if I can find it, I will definitely link it for you. So I'm just going to cut off, to start with, just this bottom rung which has writing on it. So I'm just going to put that in the bin. And I'm just going to cut the strips just so they've got just one row of the triangles. So just like that. And I don't really mind that the bottom isn't straight. I think that's actually kind of the fun of it. And I'm just going to grab my glue tape. So I'm just going to do one to show you guys first, and then I'm going to speed through all the others so you don't have to sit through it. So I'm just going to put that on the bottom, and just as I've stuck this down, I've decided I don't like the fact that it was not quite straight, so I've just put it down in another way. And I'm just going to trim off the excess. This next bit I'm going to do with that trimmer because it's just a bit easier. There we go, so I've just trimmed that up. I think that looks better now. I don't know why, but that little bit at the bottom was just really bugging me. So then what I'm going to do with this tape, because it is so thick, actually, I've just had a thought. Just hold on one second. So I've just gone back into my washi collection. What I've decided, instead of using this brown and cutting it into quarters because I want it to be really thin, I'm going to use this one instead, which is, it's not quite the same thing, but it's very, very similar. It's also from Kmart, but it's still got that natural brown kind of feeling that I want to use. So I'm just going to use this instead. I just think it's going to do the same thing and it's going to take a lot less work. So I'm just going to cut off that first bit. Cut off how much I need. And then just run that along the top. Doesn't matter if it's not straight. Actually, yes it does. Well, it doesn't matter that it's not straight, but that was just a bit too not straight. There we go. I'm just trimming off the excess. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like, and it's going to be like that the whole way around. So I'm going to go ahead, cut all these out, stick them all down, and also rub out some of these bits and pieces, and I'll be back in just a second. That's what it looks like once I've done all of that, and so far I'm actually really liking this. I don't quite know why or how, but I am. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub out all of these bits and pieces and just write in all the details with all the stickers that I need to have, and then I'll be back for the next part. So now all the little bits and pieces are written in. I do have one more thing to write in here, but I'm going to do that in a super special kind of way. Well, I'm going to use a sticker to kind of go with it. So the next thing I'm going to do is try and find a way to put in all the footy details for next week. Now, I don't actually know them yet because they haven't been released. I'm filming this a little bit earlier than Monday, because by the time this does go up on Monday it will be released, but I'm just filming this before the weekend's actually over, so unfortunately I don't know the final details of the finals next week yet, so I can't write them in, but I can definitely make the space for them that I need. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of these very, very cute labels. Because there's only 2 games, it's not going to be particularly, it's not going to take up a particular amount of room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it as a label, but I still want to have it as a flipper, but I can use it in a different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these stickers. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to use. I want one that's got lots of room on it, and I want to bring some other colours into this a little bit. So I think I'm going to grab this one with the little bird on it. So this is just a normal kind of, it was almost like a school label. And I'm just grabbing just a plain piece of white cardboard. I'm just going to stick this down as straight as I can on the edge. And then all I'm going to do is just cut it out. I'm just going to cut roughly first. And then what I want to do is on the other side, I want to put some of this green so that when it flips over, it brings more of the green back into it. So I'm just going to cut out, again, reasonably, not reasonably roughly, but just a little bit. So I'm just going to stick this piece of paper to the back of the other piece of cardboard. There is going to be a little bit of wastage here, but I'd rather cut once than twice with the trimmer. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So I've just stuck that down. I'm just grabbing my paper trimmer back out again, and then I'm just going to cut around the actual label that I've put on the cardboard. There we go, so it's your little flipper. It's got the green on the other side. So I'm going to put it just there, I think. Might be a little bit higher. Might sit there. I'm just going to mark where I want it to sit. And I'm just grabbing my hole punch. And I'm just going to punch those holes out. Oh, I was really hoping that wasn't going to sit there, but oh well. There we go. So I'm not going to write anything on that at the moment because I'm going to use that later in the week to write down all the footy details. So then we need to bring a bit more colour to all of this. So let's jump back in here. The really annoying thing about this is it's so pretty on both sides and I don't want to waste it, but I'm going to anyway. So I'm just grabbing this bit here, and what I mean by that is I just really want this little bird in the top corner, and the unfortunate thing is that it almost very closely runs next to the one on the other side. So I'm going to really carefully, making sure I pay attention to what's on the other side, cut this guy out. I'm just holding it up against the light so that I can try and avoid cutting him. Oh, it's very close. There we go, I got him. So I'm just going to cut him out a little bit better now that I'm on this side. I'm going to put him just up in that top corner, bottom corner. I'll come back to it in a sec. So another thing I'm going to grab is just some of these stickers. Okay, so apparently I didn't look very well, and they don't actually have other stickers. I thought they did. Thought they had some more. Oh, there they are. You ever just have one of those days where just everything's not working? My brain's not working right at the moment. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these stickers. So I want this little snail one. I'm going to put that one there. And then I want this little bird. This is going to bring a little bit more colour into this as well. And then when I stick this one down in the top corner, actually I'm going to move that flipper to the bottom as opposed to the top. That way this will balance out a little bit better. Good thing is that particular flipper can go basically anywhere. Put that up there. I'm just going to write my little note to call my best friend because I keep forgetting to do it. Some friend I am, huh? I'm just looking at it thinking, does it need anything else? Because that's so spectacularly simple. And really I haven't made anything this week except the flipper, which usually would take up more of the page. And I'm just thinking, do I need something else? No, I think it's just because it's not a very particularly busy week. So I'm going to leave it just like that. When this flips over, it does look suddenly a lot busier. That's what I need to do. It just needs a sticker on the back of that one. So I'm just going to grab this yellow owl, but I'm just going to cut him out a bit more. Now we've got there. So the very, very, very last thing I'm going to do, which I've just remembered, is I'm just going to put on here so I do remember to do it. So I'm just going to put AFL Finals Week 2 on here. It sounds silly, but that now looks a bit more like it should be there as opposed to just something I've just chucked there. So that's it for this week, guys. I do hope that you like this one. Let me know what you think of this. I know I use Kikki.k a lot, so thank you to Saloni for challenging me to do a week without using anything from Kikki.k. I do have plenty from other different places, like my Flow Paper Lovers book, like stuff from Aldi and Kmart. So I really don't have any excuse. It's just so much easier to go to the Kikki.k sometimes, and I do love it so much. So that's sort of why I end up going there. But if you do want me to do more of these kind of weeks where I don't use anything from there, let me know. You can leave me a comment down below, or you can find me on Facebook, Snapchat, or on Instagram. I'll link them all down below for you. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. I post Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Always well, I try to do different things every week, but who knows what it actually ends up coming up. I hope you guys have a really, really good week, and I will see you for my video on Wednesday. See you later. Bye.